It's 1 o'clock in the morning that I'm starting this recording, and I just want to share the thoughts that I'm going through regarding I'm feeling helpless. I'm feeling helpless because I'm not able to help others. We've been snowed in now going on a week, or at least I have, because there are those that are still on the road, but by me being inexperienced and just not, wanting to be maneuvering in situations, road situations that I have no clue of how and what to do in certain circumstances. So I wouldn't want to expose myself to even the thought of something going wrong. Slippery roads, uh, no four-wheel drive. Well, I do have a four-wheel drive, but I'm just not wanting to get involved in that if I don't have to. So it's going on a week now that the snow has me blocked in. And I'm not in need, but it is well aware that this thing is real of being locked in regarding the weather or emergency happenstance. And then being aware that there are those around that may need your help in one form or fashion. And at this point, I don't see where really there's not too much of anything I can do for anyone else. I don't have a snowmobile. I mean, it's like you need a snowmobile to get around, at least from one neighbor house to the next person's house. If they need your assistance in one way or another, at least you could take something to them with a snowmobile. It's not like you're going to go tracking down in feet length height of snow, walking through the snow, or driving on slippery roads. So I'm feeling helpless that I can't help. During this week, I watched a house in my plain view burn up in flames, blazing fire, and that's happened the first night of the winter storms. That was the first night. The house went up in flames. And I'm literally looking at it, wondering if it, God forbid, can come over to my house. We live surrounded by woods. And then later on during the winter storms, a few days later, I'm aware of pipes bursting in people's houses. They're without water. And I'm feeling helpless as far as being a help. I prepared the little bit of being knowledgeable that the winter storms were coming, but it's been a week now that I'm still snowed in. So that made me realize, hey, you really do need more than a week's worth of food stocked up. I had my pantry filled for months, but then I started eating that stocked up food. And then now when the time came, I realized, no, Wanda, you really do need months of food stored up. Not just a week's worth of food. Because I don't know, my mind was like, downsizing the need of what if. And when reality is staring you in your face, I don't see it letting up, to me, almost another week. Because the snow has to melt. So I still see me being snowed in for at least, I don't know how many more days. Because right now in the forecast, it's still being in the negative. And today is Saturday. I guess after today, the high of today is going to be like 6 degrees. That's the high for today, I think. From when I believe that's what is the high for today. 6 degrees. And, I have gallons of water in storage in my pantry. But I'm hearing more of people's pipes and things bursting and, being without water. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, my rain barrels, rain catchers, they're frozen. God forbid anything happen with my pipes, because my waters in the rain catchers are frozen. So I filled up my tub of water. Because like I said, it seemed like it's still going to be more days. About 30 minutes ago, I filled my tub up with water. What they say, Ryan Hall, I think the weatherman say, don't be scared, be prepared. I cooked food because I didn't really want to be doing a lot of cooking. I did it for myself, a week's worth of food, for a few days. I didn't cook because I cooked ahead of time. I made a big pot of lentil bean soup. I made biscuits. I kind of cooked ahead of time, so I didn't have to cook for a few days. But then I'm looking at, if the power go off, God forbid, the things that I have in storage in my pantry, I got quite a bit. I did stock up on quite a bit. everything that I prepared ahead of time as far as cooking. I made a big thing of tuna. I boiled a whole thing of eggs. And that literally lasted almost all this week of being snowed in. I kind of started out as an experimental of things. You know, it's 12 degrees right now. But I started this out preparation of my meals for the week as an experiment, and it literally lasted that Sunday till today, Saturday. I ran out of my tuna that I made, and I think I have one more boiled egg left. And I ate the last of my big pot of soup that I made last night. That was my last meal of the prepared meal. I did it as an experiment, but I really didn't think it would be going this long, and it hasn't. I don't see it stopping no time soon, at least until the mid next week. I don't see the snow thawing out Sunday. I don't see the snow thawing out Monday. And then when it do thaw out, I don't know what happens. The road gonna be slippery from ice? I don't know, but I guess they have the snow plow people. They probably take care of that on the main roads. But yeah, I did cook enough to last a week, so that I see how much will last. Hatchet already had a big giant bag of dog food, and he always gets my juices. Excuse me. He has some form of my food flavor on his dog food. But regarding other things that could happen because of the weather, of having months of stored up food, water, because the what if is for real. It's real. It's real. And again, I feel helpless because I can't help others in these types of situations. I don't know what more I can do for anybody other than open my I don't know what I could do. But I pray that we're all making it through, and that the consequences of the weather that brings us, that we go through with, with confidence that God is working things out. And, I have to say that he knew it was going to happen before it happened. So he makes a way out of no way. He's a very present help in the time of need. So it's like, yes, it's real. And again, be prepared. Be prepared for what if. I guess I hope I'm saying something that will spark a initiation of getting prepared, whether it's food, water, tools, vehicles, equipment. I don't know, but firewood. I've even invested in, I have a big, giant wood burning stove in my car that I know I'm going to need men to help me take it out. So it's not in a hurry to get it out, but I've even invested in a portable wood burning stove that, I want it in this house because God forbid electricity go out. I want my wood burning stove in the house. And that's what I'm going to be getting prepared regarding what if. Because if it snowed, if we're snowed in, I'm not going outside to cook. And I'm not going to be in the house freezing cold. So I would need to make sure, because this the type of situations I live in, I would have to have that alternative. What if? What would I do? What if I run out of propane and I'm snowed in? I have two 20-gallon tanks for preparation. If the lights go out, I won't have to use, I'm not able to use electric heat. So for backup, I have two 20-gallon tanks. But being locked in a week, and I can foresee it being more days, those 20-gallon tanks, who knows how long that would have lasted if I needed it, emergency. So I need a backup for that backup. Yes, I need a wood burning stove that will be in this house for the what ifs. Backups for the backups for the backups. But I'm going to leave it there. I pray everybody we get through this and get through it with courage and just going through it like we know what to do, because we're trusting God to give us wisdom and knowledge of how to handle the situations, and not let us go through it with fear and lack and doubt, but go through with faith. No matter what situations we find ourselves in, God is a present help. Have a blessed day.